Hey everybody, I am Big Will, and this is D&D with the boys. Don't worry, that's only the title for this session. All the others I will not be so stupid. But I do have a bunch of friends. We are going to play some D&D for you. They're going to introduce themselves, their character's name, as well as the character's race and class. I will be the dungeon master this time around. We'll see how it works. And the first one we have is John.
Oh, wait, huh? What? Good evening, all. I am Duke Renard Vargand. Yes, I'm an elf, and I'm a bit of a rogue. You know, I'm a troublemaker as well. It tends to get into trouble when I'm around, yes.
Next up, we got Tony.
Oh, how you doing? My name is Clickbait Drunk Breath.
Best name ever.
I am a dwarf cleric who sails the seas.
Dwarf.
And I'm not doing. I don't. Am I supposed to make a voice? I don't know. I didn't practice anything.
I just went.
You
for
can
it.
and you cannot. It is up to you.
His voices last game were his voices last game were pretty legendary. I'm just gonna say, right up there with Alec.
Well, speaking of,
what's up, guys?
Hey.
So I do have a voice planned for my character, but I am going to wait until we actually are in game.
Fine.
To use it. But I am playing a shadow magic sorcerer, half drow, and my name is Warlock.
Okay.
Half drow.
Can I call you Wally for short?
No, you may not.
Okay.
Warlock. Okay. We will go with that. Next up, we have our construct.
Hey, I am Snack.
Stick.
The Cyclops fighter.
Nice.
You know, you'd think your name would have one eye.
Yeah. But it's a one-eyed snack.
And next up, we have. And next up, we have.
Oogway, wake up!
Is that Rick Grayson?
Oh, don't be mean. Come on.
This is Oogway, and he is a turtle druid.
Sorry, I knocked over my glass and spilled stuff everywhere. I'm almost done cleaning up. I'll be right back.
Been there.
Alrighty then.
That's why I don't bring beverages to a knife fight.
Lid.
All right. So I'm just writing a few things down so I can keep up with you guys. Now, Tony, you're gonna have to tell me that again. Your name is Clickbait.
Clickbait Drunk Breath.
Clickbait Drunk Breath. I like it.
Thank you.
All right. So what we're doing today, folks, is we're going to be introducing the world and, of course, the characters. So I guess we should get started with me letting you know all the rules, how we're going to play it. The basic rules, not all the rules. Good Lord, that takes so long. We're going to do what we did when we were playing as Alec as the DM. No components. So you guys don't have to worry about it. If you have a spell with components, you're good to go.
But things like if there's some where you have to make actions or vocalize a spell, those are still in play, correct?
Yes. The speaking and the actions still apply, but we won't worry about your sloth tooth and wart of the slot or whatever. Your walking speed, while each of you has a different walking speed based on your race and class, you can only walk up to 25 miles in one day before you have to have some sort of rest. What in the world? If you're riding a horse, you can go up to 53 miles in one day. And that is completely made up by me based on how big I made the world and the grid and everything. It could be different in the handbook, but that's what we're going to go with for purposes of the game. Now, if we go into combat, 1 round is 6 seconds. Everyone gets 1 turn in a single round. So if something lasts 1 minute, that means it can last up to 10 rounds of fighting. However, the concentration rules will apply, and I will be very hard on those. So if you get hit, you have to roll for concentration. If you get hit hard, like 30% or more of your hit points gets taken away, you lose concentration whether you roll good or not. And if you cast another spell with concentration, that automatically means the first spell with concentration is no longer in use. So I'm going to be real hard on that. But if something lasts a minute in combat, that would mean it lasts up to 10 rounds, assuming you can actually stay concentrated that long. We will all start when we start the game like we did with Alec, which is max health. So if your race in class, say you start with a D8, that means pretend you rolled a perfect 8 and then add all your modifiers and all that kind of good stuff to get your maximum hit points for your first level of character. And then you can roll or do the average as you level up. But that's how we'll start. Any questions as far as basic gameplay rules? That pretty much everything's going to be mostly the same, except 1 or 2 things. Anyone have any questions in particular?
Where do I find my hit points?
You will have to roll before we get to actually.
It's based
adding
on
all
your
hit points.
constitution a little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So before I introduce the world and all that, why don't we roll for the characters and see exactly how tough you guys are?
One quick
But why don't we
question.
go with someone who's very experienced first? So let's go. Alec, why don't you roll first, and then we'll go to Adam.
You had a question, Adam?
Go ahead.
Yeah. What do I do since I'm like, 5 times the size of a horse?
I already have that.
Don't ride
worry,
him.
I've already figured that as a problem, and I have a solution.
You got to ride an Oliphant.
No, I'm like only like 4 times the size of an elephant.
Yeah. Don't worry, I have a solution for that. We'll get into that.
The bigger
Oh,
issues
you
are
go into the inn. So you're just like outside all the
that's
time.
what I was saying. The bigger issue is getting in and out of buildings.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we keep up with him? If his stride is longer than ours,
How do you keep up with him? Well, he's really easy to see. You're not going to lose him.
He just gets to blaze the trail for us.
Yeah, he's
I don't
only
think
got
we-
one eye. He can't see very well.
Let's just put it that
His
way.
stride will not overpower yours.
does he wear glasses?
I think
Monocle.
it maybe a monocle, yeah.
Sure, why not?
So just to make sure, because I came in the conversation right when you guys were talking about this, we're doing the roll 4 dice, get rid of the lowest
Yes.
number.
Yes, what we will be doing is rolling a D6, 4 of them, and we'll drop the lowest number.
But before we do this, was I supposed to say anything while I was like cleaning up? I know you guys were like introducing something.
I already introduced your name is
Okay.
Uruguay and your racing class. I already got it.
Okay.
All right, Warlock the Sorcerer, not to be confused with
Yeah.
Sorcerer the Warlock here. All right, so that's not great.
Are we calling it war or lock?
Neither. My name is Warlock.
Then we
So
call
my,
Lock it is then.
my first roll is a 9. That is a 12.
Yeah. You know what? I have a feeling this is going to take forever. So everyone else, go ahead and roll and just write your numbers down, and we'll let
So
everyone know.
this is going to be a stupid question. So we're rolling the 6-sided die,
Yes,
Yes.
4 of them.
and 4 of them makes a number.
But you get rid of the lowest number that you roll.
If
The
you
lowest
roll
die
a
goes away.
2, and a 1, you drop the 1, and you're left with 3 2s.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a
Jesus. I already hate this.
Yeah. For those of you watching, I made them all wait for this just in case.
You can hear
someone wanted to-
the emotion.
I'll be honest, it's just something.
I'm enjoying this particular.
Yeah, I rolled pretty well. I'm pretty happy.
Nice.
There you go. Come on, baby.
Yeah. Tony, you got any questions about rolling right now? You're just rolling.
Well, I rolled 4 times. I got a 5, 2, 5, 3. I dropped.
You need to roll 6 sets of 4 dice, dropping the lowest number. And yeah.
So I rolled 4 dice 6 times.
Yeah, but just,
Yes.
I do want that. Do it like here. Just roll
Right.
one with me. Roll one with me. Roll all 4 dice.
Yeah. So what I would do is just write in the margin here on your paper
Yeah.
all the
On a
numbers
scrap
you
paper.
get with each set, and then we'll figure out where they go in a minute.
Gotcha. Okay, so roll of 13. Okay.
You guys are gonna believe my roll.
Are you doing it with me, or am I doing it my own?
No, I got it. I got it now.
You sure? Right. Go to my character build here.
All right.
Yay!
You did that well,
Well, I just got an 18 and a 17. So other
I
than
didn't
that,
roll that well. I rolled really well, but I did not roll that well.
2, 4.
I mean, those two, I'm happy. You know, the 8 and the 11 and the 13 and the 15 are just gravy. But you know,
Remember, since you're a Cyclops, if you put anything 10 or higher in the intelligence, it's a 10.
well, that's where I'll put my 8 then.
Okay, well then you have an 8.
Kachung says we don't believe any of y'all's rolls. I mean,
You shouldn't.
I can't speak for any of them, but I am a firm believer in not cheating rolls because
The karma.
no, it's just like that's the whole fun of the game. Like
Yeah.
I messed around in other ways in combat with you guys, but not with rolls.
Oh well, no, that's not.
So, by the way, the reason we're talking to Tony and letting him know about the roles is he is a new player joining us. For those of you who have not already figured that out, Jason, Comics Misexplained, his work schedule was really tough, and he wanted to finish the story with Straw, but after that, he said, I got to tap out, guys. Loved it, but it's just rough on me. So Old Wolf said, hey, I'll jump in this thing. So welcome, Tony.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So is everyone, I know, Tony, you're probably still writing things down. Did everyone else already roll all their stuff?
Yes. I'm working
Yeah,
on
I
where
rolled
they're all
mine.
going at the moment.
All right. Let me know when you have all your set of 6 rolled.
I got them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all set.
Well, the rest of the guys are pretty much know what they're doing, but for you, Tony, I'll go ahead and explain a little bit where you have like the acrobatics right there. You see how it has DEX, Dex in parentheses?
Yes, sir.
Well, that would mean that acrobats or acrobatics corresponds with dexterity.
So can
So if you have a +3, for example, in dexterity, like this one right here, that means you would have a +3 in acrobatics. And if you're proficient in it, you will get a proficiency bonus too. So just wherever you want to put your stats, you know, 10 is normal. Anything below 10 gives you a negative. Anything above 10, for the most part, gives you a positive.
Okay,
So-
so we haven't rolled those yet. We just rolled for
Yeah.
like to get a big number for strength. Right?
Well, you rolled to get those numbers. If you decide to put an 8 in strength, you can. If you decide to put a 17 in strength, you can. Just be mindful if your
Yeah.
character's intelligence based, that really ain't going to help you if you put a 17 in strength.
Right.
And Alec, you were going to show something?
Yeah, I found this cool alternate to the player sheet where it actually has them broken down by, so it's like right next to the different,
Oh, that's useful.
so you don't have to worry about like what it controls what.
Oh,
But it's
Yeah.
the only bad downside to that is they're not alphabetical. So
Yeah.
I mean they're alphabetical within each statistic, but you can't just run down the list.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I can tell you, like, Tony, because I played a cleric the last time, that you want to put your highest, whatever you rolled the highest number, you would put in your wisdom.
Yep.
And then probably after that, you would go constitution, probably dexterity, and then the other three you can kind of just fill in for a cleric.
Oh, so strength. So it shouldn't be the highest be wisdom, and then it out of the book it said strength and constitution.
Yeah.
So the highest one I got all out of those was a 14. I got 2 14s, 2 13s, and 2 12s.
Whew.
Oh, wow, that's really
Nicely
good.
done.
Nice.
So, yeah,
There's the
honestly,
numbers.
you
There's the
put
numbers.
14s on wisdom, and at that point, it really doesn't matter where you
I got 2 single digits here, so I'm
Yeah.
apparently I'm stuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nine
I
plays here.
ended up with I don't want to take over the game or anything.
No,
No.
14 for wisdom, a 14 for strength, a 13 for constitution, 13 for intelligence, and a 12 for dexterity and charisma.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, and then you'll have whatever your
pretty
racial
solid.
bonuses are
Yeah.
to add to those.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I got a feeling this whole show is going to be like, let's hold Tony by the hand and see what the hell happens.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you put a 14 in strength?
Yes.
Okay. So do you get a strength modifier for your race or class? That's okay. We all have a lot of paper around us.
Should I do so for class? That's the cleric.
No, cleric shouldn't add anything additional. It should be
So
your.
this should be for the dwarf, right?
So it'll just be your race then. So what did
And
I
what did
do?
you? Which one did you pick that Big Will was?
Yeah.
I got a dwarf.
I know, but he
Yeah.
gave you different options.
Yeah, he said a dwarf and a halfling is basically the same thing. It's just the height of the person.
Yeah.
Well,
You
no,
picked
wait.
option A, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh, that thing. Yes.
That thing, yeah.
I picked A. I gotta get my
Okay.
phone.
So that means you do not get a strength bonus.
No.
So your 14 stays a 14, and that would mean you get a +2.
All right. So +2.
Yeah, your strength is a +2. And then you said you did your wisdom as a 14 as well?
Yes.
So you get a wisdom increase of 1, so that changes to a 15.
Okay.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Alec, but that would be a +3, right?
A 15 is a +2.
+2.
Every
so that's
even
also a +2.
every even number, it goes up another one.
Yeah.
So 10, 12,
I know-
14, 16.
That is the one thing I never learned in school, odds and evens. All right, and where is your charisma? What'd you put for charisma?
Charisma I have is a 12,
Okay,
but I should go up 1.
well, hold on. You have charisma +1. So, yeah, okay, 13. Go ahead. So a 13 would be a +1.
And my wisdom, okay. My wisdom, okay, we did that.
Yeah.
Dexterity is increased by 2,
So what'd you put in dexterity?
12.
So you now have a 14. So that would be a +2.
Okay, so my constitution's a 13, so I assume that's a +1.
I think so.
Okay. Well, the charisma is a 13. That's a +1. And my
Okay.
intelligence is a 13, so that's a +1 also. If the other one is a +1.
Man, you rolled really good.
Yeah, I got the notes here. I didn't just to prove it.
You don't have to prove it, man. We believe.
Okay, there you go. That's done. Thank you.
Nice. So now you'll know how to figure your hit points. Now that you have all that figured out. All right. So everyone else already got their stuff situated? You got your stats where you want them? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I need to know what everyone's hit points are, your max hit points. So, Duke Renard, what is your hit points, please?
Let's see here. It's automatically entering it for me, so I think it's 14. That seems a little low. But it says 14 in the D&D Beyond. I haven't gone through to look at it. Maybe I put it on manual automatically. I don't know.
All right. And Oogway, what is your HP? You are muted. Oogway.
Unmute. There you go. I'm just checking here. So it's 8 plus my Constitution modifier, and that is 2. So 10.
10. Wow. All right. And Tony, yours is a D8 plus your Constitution modifier 2, if I'm not mistaken, for cleric.
So is that a 10?
Well, I don't know. What's your Constitution modifier?
Oh, my Constitution modifier is a 1. Is that +1?
All right. So
What's your
that would be
Constitution score?
Constitution's 13,
So yeah, that would be +1.
so I'm a 9.
9.
Okay.
yeah.
So I put that in my hit points.
All right.
Okay.
Alec, what is Warlock's HP?
I'm rocking a D6 plus 2 for my Constitution, so 8.
Woo! I'm almost afraid to ask. This is probably going to be a very high number. Sneck, what is your HP?
I need to check it out again, but it's showing 14.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and double check.
Yeah.
But, it is a D10 plus Constitution
For Snack?
for a fighter.
Yeah, so it'd be 10.
Yeah, he's pretty hardy being a Cyclops.
Yeah, I think mine's too high. 14 seems high.
Okay, then mine's only would be a 12. It gave me 12 hit points to begin with for some reason.
Yeah, I can't figure out.
Before I got my bonus of 2.
Well, what's your Constitution, Snap?
A rogue is a D8 plus Constitution.
Yeah, so I should be 10, not 14. I don't understand why it's at 14. I don't know what bonuses it's adding. I'm trying to figure that out.
But another reason why I prefer my app instead of
You can change it, John. You can go into the manage.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's a bonus that it's giving me that I'm not from remembering. That because it's weird that it's doing that. But
Yeah, I have found that D&D Beyond, you have to watch. Like, it does weird things sometimes with your hit points. You have to watch those.
I'm really in support of the app that I suggested because you don't have to worry about that. It walks you through the character creation. You're good to go.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Cyclops.
Okay, yeah, it has like everything else just about it. So we got Duke Renard Vargan at 10, Oogway at 10. We have Warlock at 8, and Sneck, you're at
14.
14.
Nice, you're up front.
Woo, party boy. And then we have the page won't turn, but you're at 9 for clickbait, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next up that I want to know is what are your weapons?
I have not done equipment yet, but
Well, this is the perfect time to do equipment. So, clickbait, drunken breath. What are your weapon choices, sir?
I have a mace, a shield, a light crossbow, 20 bolts, leather armor, explorer pack.
Okay, I just need to know the weapon. So, a mace and a crossbolt. And if you want to use your shield as a weapon, if you can convince me, I'll let you do it. But you got to convince me. All right. And how much gold are you carrying?
10 pieces.
10 pieces of gold. All right. Warlock, same questions to you. What are your weapons and how much gold you got?
My weapons are a light crossbow with 20 bolts and 2 daggers.
Ooh. And your gold?
15 gold pieces.
Ooh, he's by the first round.
Nancy. You know, because of where you're from, I want you to carry 50 gold pieces.
Nice.
Buying 2 rounds.
All right, Sneck, what are your weapons?
2 great axes. And then chainmail for
All right, and do you have any gold?
10.
10. All right. And then, by the way, for those of you watching, this is more for us, but I will get to explaining the world and everything. This is what you do in a session 0. Okay, Oogway, what are your weapons?
Looks like it's gonna be a. Go back to the page. It didn't. Why didn't it put it in? Apparently, I didn't finish something, or because I didn't hit add. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to see if I need to choose a quarterstaff or if it's giving it to me as part of my Outlander background. Real quick. So sorry, I'm just trying, and I can choose a secondary weapon because I don't have.
But while you're figuring that out, Duke Renard, what are your weapons?
I've got a rapier. I've got 2 daggers and a short bow.
Yeah, I got one. Okay.
I like the short bow. It was one of my favorites.
For a little while.
Shut up. And how much gold are you carrying?
It said I started with 25.
Nope. You, because of where you're from, are going to start with 100 pieces of gold.
Suck it, Alec.
Sorry, I'm a charlatan. I'll trick it out of you.
All right, so back to Oogway.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like I do have to select that. Even though it says there's a staff, it's not giving it to me as a attack weapon. So
this just now come in. 50 gold, baller, and I just said you have a...
Okay, so I got to go back and mess with my equipment here real quick. But yeah, I'm going to have a quarterstaff and a wooden shield. And it says based on my Outlander thing, start with 10 gold. It says I have a quarterstaff. Oh, I have to wield it. That's why it's not showing.
I don't think a turtle can have a shield.
Oh, can he not? I guess I don't really need it. So I can pick
No,
something
you don't.
else. I can pick something else. Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, you have no shield, sir.
Okay, let me clear the. I remember how to clear this.
Are you proficient? What are your weapon proficiencies?
Let me look. View character sheet. Proficiencies. Weapons. It does say I can have shields, but don't really need one. So club, dagger, dart, javelin, mace, quarterstaff, scimitar, sickle, sling, and spear.
You pick any one of those. You already have a quarterstaff.
Well, yeah, but I actually can have 2 other things because I already also had a club. I picked a
And you have a club as well?
Yep. And then I'm gonna pick a. If I don't need a spear if I got a quarterstaff. I don't need a mace if I have a club.
Would you rather have?
I'm gonna go with a javelin. I guess.
Javelin?
Sure, why not? It gives me something with range.
Okay, you got a lot of awkward stuff to carry. How much?
Let's
how much
strap it to the
gold?
shell.
He's got a pretty strong back.
Yeah, I will
strap
say
it to the
so.
shell.
He's got a freaking shell. How much gold do you have?
It says I started with 10.
Okay. All righty. So, in case you're wondering, I've been writing down all the everyone's HP, weapons, gold, class, and race. That way I can have a quick reference when we start playing. So I'll already know, okay, they're this class, they're this race. That means they can do this and do that. So that's what all that is for. Does anyone, Tony, have a question or anything about the stats or anything? Or are we good to go there?
I just want to make sure I got things in the right places. You in those two.
You have the floor, sir. Ask away.
Okay. Saving throws. Is that where I put the +1, +2 stuff?
No, if you have, you either are you proficient in what saving throws?
Well, I'm proficient. There's skills here: athletics, medicine, perception, and persuasion. How do I get numbers for those?
So you get whatever the stat bonuses. So if it's like, you said medicine is one.
Yeah.
So you'd add your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus, which starts at +2 when you start at level 1. So
Yeah.
does that make sense? Anything you're proficient in, you add your proficiency bonus on top of
So
this.
that arcana right there, it is bubbled in. That means I'm proficient in it, and it's intelligence. So I add the +5 here, plus the proficiency of 3 to get 8.
Oh, okay.
So you would add whatever your plus is.
So I got to find out what my proficiency bonus is. Okay.
It starts at 2 for everybody.
Yeah, it starts at 2 for everybody. Now, your saving throws are a completely different thing. Are you proficient in any of them? Bubble those in.
Okay. I will look. Thank you.
Yeah. And then it's the same basic thing. You see how my intelligence is a +8 for saving throws?
Mm-hmm.
That's because it's 3 plus the intelligence bonus. And anyway, you figure those out basically the same way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm big. No, I'm small.
I think you're big.
Yeah. So how tall are you? 13, 14 feet?
15.
Whoa, you're a big boy. 15 feet. Okay. All the buildings
1,500
magically
pounds.
got taller.
1,500 pounds. I thought I was big at 460 pounds.
Okay, so we went over the rules
They
there.
go from 12 to 16 feet.
Yes, Alan.
Are we doing armor class and stuff as well, just for Tony's sake?
Yeah, I'll look. Let's figure out all the numbers that
Okay.
correspond.
And spellcasting modifiers and all that jazz.
Yeah. So, Tony, do you have your armor class yet, or no?
All I know is I got leather. That's all I know.
Well, let me see here. I know the armor's back here for what pluses they give you.
Just regular leather?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're in regular leather or studded leather?
Regular. I start out in regular leather.
Okay, so your armor class is 11 plus your dexterity modifier.
2.
So that means you have a 13 armor class.
Okay.
Now, do you have a shield? as
Yeah.
a cleric. Okay, so if you equip your shield, that's a +2 to that.
Yeah. So as long as you hold your shield, you go from 13 to 15 AC, much better. But if you ever drop your shield or you put it on your back, you drop down to 13 again.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Everyone else got their armor class? What are your armor classes, if you don't mind my asking? This is beneficial for everyone to know each other's armor class.
Yeah,
Actually,
this information is not secret or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember how to get
As
there.
a turtle, I am automatically 17 because of my shield.
Damn.
Yeah. Rocking the turtle.
Mine is 13.
16 because of the chainmail.
Okay. Duke, what's your AC?
I thought mine was supposed to be 16 because it's your dexterity plus your armor class, right? Or
Yeah,
plus
what's your armor?
It's 10 plus whatever, or 10 or whatever. What kind of armor do you have?
Well,
I have leather.
So it'll be 11 plus your dexterity.
which is 5. So it's listing it as 13. So I got to go in and fix that. So my dexterity modifier is 5. So it would be 16 total.
Good night. What'd you roll for dex?
It's I rolled a 15, but I get +2 as an elf.
Nice.
To dexterity.
So that wouldn't be +5, would it?
Yeah, that wouldn't be plus.
No,
five.
it's listing it on dexterity as a +5. I'm trying to figure out what it's doing.
No, you can only
It's
have
got
a
a dexterity
+5 if you're-
proficient. No, it's got dexterity as proficient. What is that saying? Dexterity
probably
saving.
That's for saving throws. A
Okay, so there's
17
a 3. It's still
17
wrong
is plus
because it
3.
says 11. Then it's 11 plus 3, which would be 14. But it's listing it as 15 or 13. I don't understand why its computer is telling me that it's 13.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never had trouble
Just trying
with
to.
calculating.
That's why I use paper.
That's
Yeah.
why I use the app.
I'm not ready to. I want to print it when it's ready. Like I didn't want to print a blank one and then start filling it in, or I'd be doing a bunch of paperwork right now. I'd rather just get it right in the computer and then print it one time.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to have trouble with the armor class before. I've had to do funky things with the hit points before, but never.
11.
I think what it's doing is it's not equipping your leather armor. So you've
Oh,
got
so I've got to go in and equip.
Yeah, you have
it.
to you have to go in and say you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see here. So that would be 14 then. Let's tinker.
All right. So what is Sneck's armor class?
16.
You would think you would have more than Uguay, but then again,
Oh,
I can
shell,
understand
man.
all
The
the-
skin is not made out of a
Well,
shell.
I meant mine's just because of the chainmail.
Yeah. Warlock. What are you?
13.
13. Okay. So our toughest guys are
There it is. It's
Sneck
fixed.
and
Okay.
Uguay. That is to be expected.
Now, obviously, when we get to level 2 and beyond, when I wild shape, I take on the armor class of whatever I turn into,
Yeah.
In your case, might be less.
which probably will be less. Yes.
Yeah. So you may not want to actually wild shape like ever.
Well, yeah, it just depends on what I.
You
If
still
I
get
can use
the
it to attack, though,
Look
but
at the
I might
HP
have better
well,
attack.
you still get the extra life of the wild shape.
Yeah, and you
That
get the
is
extra
true.
life of the wild shape. So,
All right. So Alec, if you don't mind taking over because I don't have a paper to show, will you go over for everyone, but especially Tony, about spell casting modifiers and all that?
Sure. So on the third page of if you're using the regular player's sheet,
Well, hold on a second. Let me. Oops. There you go.
so at the top here, there's 3 spaces.
Yes.
The first one says your spellcasting ability. That's your the stat you use to base your bonuses on. So as a sorcerer, warlocks is charisma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing that a lot to confuse you.
as a cleric, it's going to be wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, so I write wisdom up there.
Yep.
Okay.
Your spell save DC is what enemies need to roll to avoid getting hit by like area of effect spells and things that target them that aren't like bolts of damage. And that is going to be 8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh, geez.
So that would be 8 plus your wisdom bonus plus 2 for proficiency.
Okay, so the bonus would be 2. So I have to roll 8 plus 2 plus 2.
So put a 12 in that spell save DC.
Okay.
And then your spell attack bonus is just your wisdom modifier.
Okay. So that'd be a 2.
Yeah. So if you're rolling like a flame strike or whatever sort of magic spell, lightning bolt
No, and it also should be his plus the proficiency bonus of 2
for
spell attack.
really?
Yeah.
So that's
For a
4.
cleric.
Oh, for a cleric.
Yeah,
So-
your spell attack modifier equals your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier for a cleric.
Right, but not your proficiency bonus.
Your
It
proficiency
does?
bonus plus
Really?
your wisdom modifier.
Oh, damn.
So it's a 4?
So it would be a 4. Yes.
Shows how much I know.
I only know that because I just played a cleric. That's why
Yeah.
I was double checking. But yeah, you get the because I also get that as a druid. It's the same.
Oh, yeah. No, it is the same for sorcerer as well.
Yeah, it's right here on page 58.
Damn.
Only
Okay,
if you
well,
need to see that.
I'm never going to miss.
Yeah, it's a spell save DC 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier. Then spell attack modifier equals your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier. It's all on page 58 if you need to see it written down.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right. I think that's pretty much it for stats, isn't it?
So my just for your information, my spell save DC is 14 and my spell attack bonus is +6.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
Mine's 13 plus and 5.
You guys don't have to tell me that.
Because I have an 18 charisma.
Woo!
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, this is called role.
Nice.
I was gonna say this is called role playing. I get to play someone I'm not.
Alex got just oozing charisma.
That's hilarious.
All right. So,
You're already charismatic.
is everyone pretty much comfortable with your stats and everything rolled and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Everyone picks
Believe
spells.
me, if I have questions, I'll be contacting you off.
Don't worry. So at that point, then, let me introduce to most of you again the world. So this is the map of this is the whole known world right here. I don't know what this is. I did not mean to do that. It means nothing. Just pretend this ocean covers all of this right here.
It's just a tide.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's just ice. Everything here, all the white lines are nations, kingdoms, countries, whatever you want to call them, like right here. And then there's one that's all right here. But these are the continents. You have Mictlan, the Frozen Land, Blanica, Moravia, and Greater Moravia. And then I will take that out because there's something I added that you do need to see. I will break it down even further to the countries or the nations or the whatever you want to call them, which are right here. And if you don't mind, John, since you're next to me, you go first. Where are you from?
I'm from Ventira, which is the
Actually,
upper...
I accidentally misspelled that, so it is now known as Vertira.
All right, I'm okay with that as well. Yeah, the nation that's sort of northernmost of Moravia. It's mostly elven. The Elvish Imperium is the sort of leader group that runs the main capital there. He's touching right there above the top of the lake, that giant lake.
Yes. Go on.
Oh, what else? I don't know what more you wanted me to say.
Oh, well, as much as you want. If you're done, then you're done.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm from. That's
Okay.
that's the area where I come from.
Just so everyone knows, each one of these squares in the grid is a 97-mile square. So that's how big this land is. This is over 1,000 miles from tip to tip. All
Would
right.
you walk that far? Maybe 10,000.
I don't walk that. I don't walk anywhere.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
So
I would walk
next
500
up-
miles, then I would walk 500 more.
All right. Next up, we have is Uguay in the line. Where are you? You're a construct. So
Yes,
where are
I am
you from?
a biological construct. Was created by a wizard named Enma, who is on the secondary island in the little island archipelago of Oxomo.
Ozomo.
Oxomo. Oxomo.
Ozomo. In
That's where I
Aztecs,
am
X's are pronounced as Z's.
So I don't know what else you need from that, other than that's where I was created, and that's where I'm coming from at this time too.
Yes. And for everyone watching who hadn't already heard my spiel, actually, I don't think anyone has. A biological construct is a magical creature created by a powerful wizard or witch, which is the female counterpart to that. And they have no past memory. They have to complete their task or they're dispelled. If their wizard that creates them wishes them dispelled, they're dispelled. Or if their wizard dies, they're dispelled. So that's the biological construct. As far as race and class, doesn't affect any of that. Okay, next person in the list is Warlock. Where are you from?
I'm from the frozen land up north.
All right.
That's all you get to know about me.
I come from the land of the ice and snow.
All right.
I also neglected to mention that I do have a pet that is going to be strictly a flavor pet because sorcerers don't typically have familiars or anything, but I checked with Big Will and he's going to allow me to have a pet with me just for storytelling purposes.
Oh, I thought it was for flavor.
But
Well, it might be.
I got a little hungry.
I did make him let me name it, though.
Yes.
Do we get to lick it once in a while to see what it tastes like?
Jeez.
You can try. It is a shoebill stork.
Interesting. I like it.
And if you don't know what that looks like,
Suck
Look
it.
it up.
you can look
Look
it
it
up.
up.
And its name is?
Its name is Baby Mama.
Yeah. All right, so Sneck,
Emotional support stork. Yes.
let the people know where you are from, Sneck.
Hebron, I assume. I don't know. That's just
Yeah.
sort of when I woke up at.
This is where you wake up is where you're from. So you're from this country here, Hebron. All right, and then we have Clickbait Drunk Breath.
How you doing?
Where are you from?
I'm from the west on the Divana. That's where I'm from.
All right.
I didn't know that was
So I'm going to keep this map blowed up all the way and move down here to Hebron. The entire story, the entire game, the entire game as far out as I planned it, because I could suck at this and we have to end it, or the guys might really like it and we can continue. But as for right now, all of the gameplay is going to be taking place in this country named Hebron. So the way this world is set up is long ago, the creator God made this world, and he was very happy about it. But there were also these other gods that they're not as special as the creator God. They can't actually create. And anyway, they really made him angry for whatever reason. It's unknown what the reason is. But he cast them all down to this world. That's the name. I haven't actually thought of a name, so we're going to call it the world. And all these different fallen gods sort of battled amongst each other, and then eventually they sort of each one took a certain amount of land for themselves and sort of stabilized for the most part. They do occasionally fight, but it's pretty much as it sits now. Now, I could have went and named every one of these blocked off nations here, but I didn't, because I want to be able to have some fun with storytelling, or if someone wants to tell a story in this place, I didn't want to have everything already named. But the name here of Gaul, that is the name of the nation, and you can see its borders marked by the white line here. It has all these islands in it. That is also the name of the god that rules the area. And then, of course, there's Svetavid, Divana. Divana is the female god of this land here that Clickbait is from. Then we have Belabog, his twin brother Chernabog, Bethanath, Vertira. Dragonia is one of the exceptions. These people are cursed with a disease, and that is the name of the disease, so they just named the land the same thing. And then we have Hebron. It is a female god, and I don't call them goddess. They're all gods, and there just happen to be female versions. This one is called Tava, Jerillo, Mokosh, Medzli, Ozomo, Tochi, Zolado, and Mayahuel. You can probably guess that these are sort of Slavic, these are Aztec, some of these are Jewish. I kind of went a little crazy with the naming. Who cares? It's my world. And that is basically the makeup of the land. So everyone following along so far, not being confusing?
Nope.
Okay. So we are going to talk about this area right here where the game's being played, Hebron. So if you notice, this is a very large city here, same size one right here. And then there are smaller cities here, 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 and one here, and then in front of it, a temple-like thing right here. So what you guys might want to write this down. I'm about to tell you the names of all these places.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
So So what do I do with that? There it is. What I'll do is point and tell you the name of everything. This large city, every capital is a metropolis. That's the largest classification of a city. And Hebron has two, the capital at the south and then its sister city up here at the north. This is the city of spelled U-R. So is where you guys are going to land, and that's where the game's going to start. This next little city here, while not as big, is called Tarshish. Tarshish.
T-A-R-S-H.
Yeah. And then this city here that's sort of hidden by the temple structure is called Nob. N-O-B, Nob.
Nice.
And then
A lot of metal. They do a lot of polishing there. I don't know if you know about that.
yeah. This city right here is named Honar. Spelled like it sounds, Honar, Honar. And then this temple here is the Grand High Temple of Hebron.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, he's
Go
going
ahead.
pretty fast.
You got
Right here,
you got
Tarshish.
Turnish,
right here,
you got Knob,
right here,
you got Honor,
Honar, right here,
Okay, the temple's where's the temple?
right here.
I thought that was Knob.
It's connected to
Two
Nog.
different. There's a city tucked behind the
Oh.
temple. They're sort
Just
of
think of the temple as like the shaft to Knob.
Gotcha.
So exactly what I did.
So that's everything there. Next up is this one right here between these two
Temple of
rivers.
Knob. Okay.
This is called Ash. All right. This is the capital city down here. Its name is Tyre. Tyre. All right. Then we go all the way over here. This is Edom. Edom. Next up is this city, and it is named Boz or Baz. There's great fights over how to pronounce it. No one agrees. It's B-A-Z-Z. And then the final city back up here next to the border is Ramoth. R-A-M-O-T-H.
What's the largest city to the west?
To the west, here and
I think
here.
we're talking about outside of Hebron.
That's outside of Hebron.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
It has no name yet,
So,
but it is the sister city of the capital of Mokosh, which is this. This is the capital. So it also has two metropolises.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably not ever going to go there, but if you do, I'll eventually give it a name. All
Now,
right.
Are there no roads between Tyre and Honar and the other cities, or are those roads just arbitrary?
These are not roads; those are rivers.
Oh, okay.
I can't go small enough to do roads. Yeah, there are as road as you can get roads like in ancient times. Yes, all these are connected
But
by
there are passages.
yeah, sometimes they're just slapped through the middle of a forest, but yeah, there are roads to all of these connecting. But this is the great river of Hebron. Goes all the way to the ocean right there. This is the second great river of Hebron. And this river is called the Gishon. And then this river is called Haytax. And it actually continues to the white line here and helps form the border. So that is every named thing that will help give you direction and other things throughout the gameplay as we travel along here. Any questions about Hebron? And like I said earlier, each one of these squares is 97 miles. So that means Hebron from top to bottom is 583 miles.
We can only do 25 at a time.
Well, you guys can only travel 25 if you're walking. You can travel 53 if you're riding.
Right. Except for
And the city of is 224 square miles or 143,360 acres. And that means it's about 7.5 miles wide and 7.5 miles high. That's how it works out in the squares. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll tell you because I can show you a map of the city. Woo-hoo! Or, well,
Is there a quiz next week?
I hope
good notes, baby.
you're going to be staring at this map of the city for a while next week. And let me pop it in here.
That's what she said.
This is the city map.
Oh,
I'll blow this up here.
there we go.
So the dock ward, this actually should be the dock ward, and this should be Ravensfield Borough.
May I ask a question right off the bat?
Yes.
Why is the water in this map to the west instead of the north?
That's just how it's easier for me to have the map.
Okay.
But it is
So
actually,
north is pointing left.
Yes, this is north,
Okay.
and that's the river leading to the sea.
Fair enough. So
It was just there was no way to turn the map. That's just how I had to have it. But anyway, yeah. So as I was saying, this really should be the dock ward, but I actually can't change these names because of how I got the map of the city. But anyway, someone will be landing in this dock ward, or maybe this dock ward, or maybe this dock ward, this one or this one. You guys could land wherever in the dock wards, and then you will have to figure out how to travel to the center here where you need to go to start the game.
Where the double dots are on the lines of the walls, is that the gates to get into the other areas?
What do you mean? Dots right here?
Well, if you go, you see how there's one circle where you are. Okay, you just down at the bottom. There's two dots on a line. Is that the gate?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are different gates,
Okay.
just into different parts of the city.
So there are multiple walls leading into the middle of the city.
Yes, this is a 1, 2, 3 tiered city here. You got the main wall on the outside, then one more wall, then a second wall on the inside, sectioning it off. Essentially, it was this, then it grew, and then it grew again. Till it's now classified as a metropolis. Huge. Like I said, each one of these squares on the grid is a 1/4 mile. So that lets you know how big the city is. It's not quite accurate as far as all these buildings and stuff, but it gives you an idea, and that's what I was going for. And all these are the names of the different districts and everything. And once we start playing the game, if you wind up in Bell Farthing, I already have paperwork here that tells me what's in Bell Farthing, so I can let you know different things. But you guys will want to be going here to Bell Village to the Temple of Hebron. And you'll get a letter that I'm about to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you the point of where we're going to start the game at, and then we'll go from there next time.
Okay.
Any questions about the city of Ur?
No, so far so good.
Okay. Well, I was worried I had to answer a lot of questions because I wasn't explaining it well. All right. So let me read you the letter that you all received. You all read the letter and you all come. Your reasons for coming, you'll have to think up for your own characters, though. But you do all come. Yes, I know that's funny.
Well, that's only funny.
Only funny for John.
It's only funny for good and knob. It's really
Yeah,
funny.
if we go to Knob, there you go.
And then we're
The one-eyed
yeah.
snake. The
One-eyed
one-eyed
snake.
snake make me laugh.
Nice, Nick.
Yeah. So, here is the letter. It's not my best work, but it'll work. It'll do. I have heard and am in need of your great skill. The fate of Hebron could be decided by you and the others I have summoned. I will pay you 5,000 gold pieces to complete the task I set before you. Just for coming, you will receive 500 gold pieces. Signed, Akit, High Priest of Hebron.
Do they need my bank details?
yeah.
The
memo?
from a Nigerian prince.
Anyway, and on the back it has where in Hebron you need to go to the High Temple.
So we're not. Our characters are entering the city with knowledge of, like, they don't have to ask around for 2 episodes finding this temple, right?
They know where they're supposed to go.
Well, you know where it is in the city. You've got to figure out how to get there.
That's fine.
But all you got to do is ask somebody, and I'll make it pretty easy for you. I mean, we could play the entire game in the city, but I'm not going to let you. So don't worry. You'll figure out where it is within a reasonable amount of time. But anyway, you all want to go see Akit and see what's up. So
How do you spell his name?
Akit.
I know. How do you spell it?
Like Akit. Akkett.
Akkte.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So when we start the game next time, you'll all be arriving at your different dock wards, and you'll want to go to the temple and figure out what exactly is this task that he has for you. And that's where we'll start the game. Any questions about that?
So we get 500 gold pieces to go see him, and an extra 5,000 when
the task is done.
So we're getting 5,500. I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Are we getting 500?
That is 5,000 plus 500. Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So it's not 500, and then we get the remaining 4,500.
Right, that's what I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I got my
Because that's going to make or break this whole thing.
It's 5,500.
Okay.
That's what you get.
So we should be in good shape financially to start out.
Well, if you survive.
Well, I said to start out. Like, surely survive to meet the guy.
Oh, you mean for the 500? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I was
right.
going to say, we don't know what he has in store for us.
Yeah, no, I know.
That is true as well.
This is true.
All right. Any questions regarding, I know we really went through Ur fast. Do you want to look at the map anymore? Look at the different, or are you good to go? Just figure it all out next time.
They can figure it out as we go.
Yeah, we're all landing at different locations roughly.
Yeah.
If we land together, we don't know each other anyway, so it doesn't matter. We all have to get to the center of the village, the
Yeah.
town. Go to the
That's
temple.
another thing is a lot of times you'll either have to greet each other, or sometimes you'll start a D&D game and you already know each other. Mine, you have no clue who the other people are. You're thrown to this one place and you're going to have to figure out how to work as a team or not, and we play a very different game.
So, question, because like obviously,
Yeah.
The
That is what this
biological
whole
construct.
session zero is about. Ask
Yeah.
what?
So, how common are biological constructs in this world? Like, if this giant turtle is going to be walking down the street, like, what are people like?
They are
Cool.
not common. However, in the city of it's such a big city with a whole bunch of stuff from all over the world. You're not going to be.
Okay.
The Cyclops
about
is
a turtle.
15 feet tall. He'll be the one that's the eyesore.
Hi.
Are the citizens going to come and ask me to like perform ninja activities for them? That's what I want to know.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles do not exist in my world.
Are there any pizza joints? Because she's gonna get hungry.
But once you get outside of the city,
Can I get pizza? What I want to know is where can I stop for pizza on my way to the temple?
I feel like I should have Krang inside.
Has everyone picked their spell lists?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for reminding me about that. Now, the cleric over here is the lucky dog. He already knows all of his spells. He is just confined by his slots, so he's good to go.
Goddamn slot.
As a druid, I decide which ones I'm going to do each morning. So
you basically have the same thing. It's just you are a daily basis.
yeah, I have to decide at the start of the day what I'm going to have that day.
Duke,
Yes,
you
sir.
as a high elf, you have one or two magical abilities, right?
I have one cantrip.
Okay, that for how long until you get something else, or is that pretty much it for you?
I think it's permanent. I think it's it. Yeah.
You
Okay.
get dancing lights, right?
All right, and
Actually, it lets me pick the cantrip.
all right,
There was like a set of options.
and Sneck, you don't get any kind of magic at all, right?
No.
Okay. And
Well, I get fire resistance.
What subclass are you?
he's a fighter.
What type of fighter, though?
The dual wielding.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Warlock, do you have any like, magic? I mean, well, obviously you do your sorcerer.
Yes, Warlock the Sorcerer.
Yeah. What kind of school of magic are you going for? Do you think?
I'm a Shadow Magic Sorcerer. I have to pick that at level 1, unlike Rogue, for example, which picks their school at level 3. I have to start out as my school. So I'm a Shadow Magic Sorcerer.
Okay. And you have cantrips as a sorcerer and as a half drow, right?
Yes. So I get Dancing Lights as a drow. And then as a sorcerer, I am starting out with Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, Mage Hand, Firebolt as my cantrips. And then Shield and Disguise Self are my first level spells.
Sweet.
So-
Okay, shield is a reaction spell, right?
It is a reaction spell, correct?
All right. So you
Just
would have that would bump you up to an 18 armor class when used, or what?
Yes, gives you +5 to armor class when I cast it.
Okay.
So just Alec, since I'm a large creature, I can use two-handed weapons as one-handed weapons.
Yes, right. You did tell me that.
Yes, he can. I go ahead.
So my shadow magic features at first level, I get Eyes of the Dark, which gives me 120 feet of dark vision. And then at third level, I learn the darkness spell automatically, which I can cast using sorcery points instead of spell slots. And if I cast it with sorcery points, I can see through the darkness. And no one else can.
That could be useful.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also get, at first level, Strength of the Grave. Your existence in a twilight state between life and death makes you difficult to defeat. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can make a Charisma saving throw DC 5 plus the damage taken. On a success, you instead drop to 1 hit point. And that refreshes on a long rest.
Nice.
So that's what I start out with. I also have Fey Ancestry for being half elf. Advantage on saving throws against charm, and magic can't put me to sleep.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Sneck to have to fight somebody because I told him I'd let him dual wield any 2 weapons.
Jesus.
Just because of how big he is.
So I got 2 great axes.
Yeah, so you're gonna be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the point of my character is going to be at this point.
Well, he also has an
to be
intelligence
handsome.
of 8 apparently, so he also can't see very well. So
Yeah, I get disadvantages on all. Forgot what it was.
I have a strength of 8. Does that balance out?
I forgot what the disadvantage is because of the one I was. I didn't write it down, but I've got it over here. You can't see very well. You have disadvantages on perception checks that rely on sight and ranged attack rolls. So,
yeah. So if anything's like a foot out of his range,
And it's hard for people to know when you're winking versus blinking.
yes.
and his monocle is basically just for looks. It doesn't actually
Right.
tell.
It doesn't have a lens in it.
Right.
Yeah, there's no. He thinks there is, but there's no. All right. So, Tony, is there anything you need to look over as far as how your character works or anything? Because I think we're starting to wind it down.
I get 3 cantrips, and I get 2 first level
Slots.
spells. So right now, cantrips, I have light and as 1 and spare the dying twice. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah. You have
You
your
can
first
use it as many
cantrip
times
is
you want. You only want to select it once.
yeah.
Okay, so I can't do spare the dying a second time.
You don't need it a second time.
You can cast it as many times as you want, as long as you have spell slots for it.
Oh, there's not a limit. I thought I can only do it a cantrip 3 times.
No.
You can do cantrips anytime.
Oh,
If-
okay. So I'll change that. Okay.
Yeah, what it says is 3 cantrips. So pick any 3, and that also means that you can use the same one 3 different times if you want.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, no, you can use them as many times as you want,
Yeah,
but you only know
cantrips
3.
don't count toward your spell slots.
Yeah.
So I'll get rid of one of those.
Yeah. So you know 3, but you can use them like every other second if you want.
Okay. All right, and then since I'm a Tempest Cleric, I picked up Thunderwave and Fog Cloud.
Yeah, those are just part of it.
Yeah, as my spell.
What about Fog Hat?
Are they playing lately? I mean, maybe we can go see a concert down in Knob and
If you choose to use the Fog Cloud spell, I will be okay if you want some Fog Hat as background music.
okay. Real, I'll try to make that work.
That would actually make my day.
All right, so I got to look up another cantrip. Okay.
What about like Deep Purple and Smoke on the Water?
There you go.
Well, I am a sailor, so maybe, huh?
So
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask everyone's background. So Tony's a sailor,
Dude.
and you as a Cyclops don't have one because you're new. Uguay, do you have a background at all, or you just?
yeah, you want part of my background here? I won't read the whole thing to you, but basically,
When
I think you just meant like
background,
what
I mean, do you have one of the picked backgrounds that give you
Oh, Outlander.
Outlander? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Alec, yours is
Charlatan.
nice. And Duke?
I'm a noble.
Noble. Ah, all right.
So none of the people in this group are trustworthy. Got it.
Basically, well, I mean, Sneck's probably trustworthy. He just don't know if you're trustworthy because he has no memory of
I
you.
don't think sailors are necessarily not trustworthy by nature.
I'm not a pirate.
They're naughty by nature.
We hit a lot of ports, but I don't mean. I think I'm okay.
Okay. I will say, like, one thing about my background that you should know, like, that I was going to tell you about offline, but I'll tell you since we're talking about it here, is the wizard who is my creator. Like, I have a journal that I am instructed to write down everything I learned, what I'm going through in, that transfers to a book in her library so that she knows what's happening with me. And then she can use that to communicate with me, but nobody can read her messages back to me. She rarely sends me messages, but as a DM, if you want to send me messages from her, that's what you do it.
I love it when you do me that way.
So
I've already got a few things planned for the Warlock's pet, and now for your sword, your wizards.
And I'll give you some background on her. Like, we can do that offline, like, of who she is and what. Yeah.
And just to be clear, I'm not the warlock. I'm Warlock the sorcerer.
I know that was your name. I called you by your name.
So,
which I love how you did that. By the way, that's hilarious. But anyway, speaking of offline, is there anything we need to do as part of session 0, or are we already pretty much done? I think we're to the point now where we're about ready to start the game, right? You guys know.
The only thing I have to do at this point is finalize my spells I'm going to start the first day with.
You guys know why you're being summoned.
Well, not really.
No.
We know where we're being summoned to.
Summoned because they need your help.
Right, but we don't know why they need our help.
With some vague important task.
Yes.
Some vague important task, yes.
You know that you're going there and that you've been summoned and you're going to get some gold.
Well, I haven't been summoned. My wizard has, but she's not coming. So it sends me.
And we already know you guys are already coming. So why you're coming is up to you. If it's for the gold, if it's for the glory, however you want to do it. And I'll have you all land in different docks. Well, a couple of you might land in the same dock ward, but for the most part, you'll be landing in different places. And then that's where we'll start the game.
Are you okay down there? Snack.
So I think we're ready then. All right. Well, in that case, this is going to be one of our shortest sessions we've ever done as a team. And I will thank everyone for watching.
I should have named myself Caster.
Say what?
Caster.
I should have named myself Caster, the fighter.
You can change your name if you want. I haven't started playing yet.
I'm fine.
All right. So thank you to everyone who's watching. We'll actually play next time. And I've already got the thing scheduled and the thumbnail up and everything. So we will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.